All right, so we're going to talk about how to start investing in real estate in 2023. 2023 is a big year. In 2023, we are coming up on the middle of this downturn, and who knows, things may be getting worse. Hopefully they'd be getting better. But in 2023, if things continue to get worse and the real estate market continues to go down due to the rise in interest rates, due to lack of demand, due to people not being able to afford, due to people losing their jobs, there's a lot of things that have caused this downturn in the real estate market. But it all started when the Federal Reserve started increasing interest rates. But investing in 2023 is possible. There's a lot of great deals out there. There's a lot of good ways to go out there, get good deals, steal the deals, get a great discount on the deals to set yourself up for the future. Building wealth through real estate comes from owning real estate over a long period of time. Wealth through real estate does not come from flipping deals. It doesn't come from wholesaling deals. What you need to do is wholesale these deals, stack up some cash to then go buy the best deals and hold on to them for forever. There's a lot of benefits to owning real estate. Some of them are cash flow. Cash flow is a benefit. You're going to get paid every single month. And the tenants, they're going to pay down your debt, they're going to pay for your expenses, and you're going to get to keep the cash flow on top of what you receive in rents and what your expenses are and what your debt is. So cash flow is number one. Number two, the second benefit is appreciation. Appreciation. All right, so you bought this property for $100,000 to keep numbers simple. You hold on to this for 10 years, it might be worth $200,000. The value doubles. So appreciation is another benefit to owning real estate. You get paid every single month. You get the appreciation, especially in a hot market like Austin, Texas, Denver, Colorado. Some of the best real estate markets in the United States, they have appreciation. The way to identify a good market is number one, jobs. So is there growth happening in the city? Does the city and the state promote growth? Are they bringing jobs here? Are people moving here? Is there demand to come here? Do people want to live there? You know, we're not talking about some random town in Arkansas with a population of 200 people. We're talking about good cities, good markets, they experience good appreciation. If these cities, these markets, and these states continue to promote growth and they continue to promote the local economy. So number one benefit is cash flow. Second benefit is appreciation. The third benefit to buying real estate is you get to use this thing called leverage. So that $100,000 purchase example that I was talking about, you're not going to buy this with $100,000 in cash. You're going to get a loan and you're going to put a down payment on the property. The bank's going to put up the remaining amount, the principal balance of the loan. And like I mentioned earlier, your tenants are going to pay down your debt. So you get to multiply the cash that you have by utilizing good leverage. Don't listen to people who tell you debt is not good. There definitely is not good debt out there. Not good debt would be identified as debt that does not produce income for you. But when you utilize good leverage and you buy good assets in good markets that produce good cash flow, leverage is great. Use somebody else's money, let the tenant pay down the debt, and you keep the cash flow on top and you put as little money down as you possibly can. So you get to maximize the amount of return that you're going to get on that investment. Here's the other benefit to debt and using leverage. When that appreciation comes and you get appreciation on this good asset that you got, you're not going to just get the appreciation on the down payment, the cash that you put into the deal. You're going to get the appreciation from the down payment plus the debt that you got. So you're going to get paid and you're going to get to capitalize on the appreciation from somebody else's money that they gave you. You get the appreciation on the entire thing, not just your down payment. And last but not least, one of the other major benefits to buying real estate is this thing called depreciation. So depreciation is what you're going to tell the IRS you're experiencing with your assets. They're depreciating. So you get to write off this depreciation. You get to offset your earned income or your other passive income with depreciation and pay less in taxes. So these are just 4 of the major benefits owning real estate. So how can you start experiencing these benefits of owning real estate in 2023? Do you have money to invest? Do you know where to find deals? Do you know how to go and get the loan so that you can maximize your earning potential? potential? Do you know how to structure a deal? Do you know how to manage a deal? One thing that I would suggest you start doing right now is focus on knowledge. You need knowledge in order to be able to buy real estate in 2023. You don't need good credit. You don't need cash. You need knowledge of how to put a deal together, how to source the deal, how to find the money for the deal, how to find the loan for the deal, even if it's not in your name. That way you can start experiencing some of the 4 major benefits of owning real estate. So one way to be able to buy deals without the money, without the credit, without all that, but you do have to have one thing, the knowledge, is buying deals subject to. What is subject to? Buying deals subject to is where you're buying the deal, or you're buying a house or a property subject to somebody else's financing that's in place. So let's say, for example, seller number 1 bought this house in 2020. Let's say he or she paid $350,000 for it. Let's say they put down, $9,000 to buy the house. They've got a 3.25% interest rate. Let's say they owe $330,000 on it right now. So they bought it for $350,000, they owe $330,000, and they've got a 3.25% interest rate in place. Now, one way to buy this deal without getting a loan in your name, without having to show a bank your credit score, is to convince seller number 1 to sell you this property subject to their financing. So you are going to take over this interest rate, you're going to take over the payments, and you are going to assume ownership of this property. Now, why would you do that? Well, if you were to go get a loan today, maybe you're paying 6% interest. Maybe you get 7.5% interest. Maybe you can't even qualify for a loan. So if you find a seller who needs to sell this property, for whatever reason, people are always going through things. Maybe this guy is needing to move to a different state. Maybe he's going through a divorce and he wants to get out of the house. Maybe he lost his job and he no longer can afford his mortgage. Who knows? There's infinite reasons why people want to sell their houses, and there's infinite reasons why someone would allow you to buy their property subject to their financing. And so you need to go out there, you need to find these people, you need to try and help them out of their situation. You're not trying to screw this person over. What you're looking to do is help them out. They have some sort of problem, they need to sell, they want to sell, they don't really care about money, they don't have time to put it on the market, they don't want to list it with a real estate agent, they don't care about the loan staying in their name and you buying this property subject to their loan, they don't care if they sell it at the price that they bought it for in 2020. All they care about is getting out of this problem, and you can come in and you can provide a solution to their problem. So you come in here, you talk to the seller, you learn about their situation, you learn about their problem, you provide a solution to their problem, and what you're going to be doing is you're going to get ownership of the property. The deed is going to go in your name. The financing that was already in place is going to stay in place. Financing stays in place. The seller is going to move out. They're going to stop paying their mortgage. They're going to go do whatever they need to do. You are going to start paying their mortgage. And look at that. You didn't go get a loan. You didn't have to get pre-approved. You didn't have to show your credit score. All you did was solve a problem for seller number 1, and you just bought a property potentially for $0 down. Recently, we found a deal like this where the seller paid us at closing, and they agreed to pay us $200 for the mortgage for the next 7 years, I think. So they paid us to buy their property. They allowed us to buy the property subject to their financing. We're going to take over the payment. The seller moves out, we own the house, and they're going to pay us $200 a month for buying this property from them. It sounds crazy, but these deals are out there, and all you have to do is have the knowledge to figure out how to go and find these deals. This person, he wasn't in pre-foreclosure. He was just in a situation where he had to get out of the house for whatever reason. You need to know what questions to ask. You need to know how to identify these problems that the sellers might be going through. You need to understand what motivation is and how to identify motivation. You need to be able to take a deal from A to Z, solve somebody's problem, and capitalize on that so that it's a win-win situation for the seller and for you, the real estate investor. And if you go figure out how to do this in 2023, you're gonna be able to assume some great debt. This loan that we got from this guy, I think it had like 28 years left on the loan. 28 years, locked in, fixed, 3.25% interest rate. I don't even know if we're gonna go back down to those interest rates again. So we just scooped up something that may be a dinosaur in the real estate industry. We may never even see those again. But all we did was we found a seller. This was listed on the market. It was on the MLS. And I'm willing to bet you that 50, 100, maybe even more people saw this property listed on the market with a realtor. And what they did is they tried to offer a lower price for an interest rate that they were going to get from a bank that was going to be much higher than this. They didn't ask the right questions. They didn't know how to identify the motivation. They didn't know how to solve the seller's problem. And everybody who saw this deal, which I'm sure was a lot of people, missed out on the opportunity. But we came in here, we found it on the MLS, we made a lower offer. They said, no, we can't. The principal balance is higher than your offer. Okay, cool. You know, would they be willing to let us buy the property subject to their loan? How much do they owe? What's the interest rate? Can we get a deal done this way? Why do they want to sell? What are they going through? How can we solve this problem for them? And we structured the deal all around that. We got the deal done. We got paid to buy it from them. We get paid every month for the next 7 years. He's going to pay part of our mortgage, and there's tenants in place. So they're going to pay rent, they're going to pay the mortgage, and we just basically got paid to buy this property, and we're going to have an infinite return for forever. So in 2023, subject to, if you can go out and you can find deals like this, you're going to make a lot of money. Because the same deal at current interest rates today does not make sense. We ran the numbers, and all these people who saw it on the MLS, they ran the numbers too, and it didn't make sense. They couldn't buy it. But if you know how to get creative and how to provide a solution, you're going to make a lot of money in 2023.